Hey everyone, Ben here, back in F1 23, and good news from the factory ahead of round 2 at the Australian Grand Prix. We've got a big upgrade package for the car which will hopefully give us more performance on track. Now we're on the formation lap here at Albert Park and we're expecting a one-stop race. We've qualified down in 16th position, starting on the soft tyre. Let's see if we can use our upgraded car to challenge for the top 10. Waiting for the 5 red lights then on the grid, maximum concentration here, and we get a decent pull away from the line. All the cars around us do too, but it looks like somebody up ahead bogged down. We have to get out of the accelerator there. That might compromise us into T1. I've got to keep it nice and tight to the apex. I've got Guan Yu Zhou on my outside here as we squeeze Hulkenberg out of room 2, and it looks like I've got more momentum down the straight here into the heavy braking zone. I take the opportunity to get past Esteban Ocon in the Alpine, although we're side by side on corner exit. He's still got a tyre alongside there, and I'm just able to hold him off through the right-hander here, but I've got a compromised entrance there. That's going to make me slow on exit. I have to go defensive onto the right-hander there, and we just get through and maintain position. That's a very good start then. We've gained a couple of positions off the start line and we were able to hold them through the first couple of laps of the race. We're on to lap 3 now as we're still ahead of Esteban Ocon, closing in on the rear wing of Albon up ahead, and we've got a very good launch onto this rapid section of the Albert Park track now. We're side by side using up our battery too. We're like a rocket ship passing Alex Albon there, and we're now up into 13th position. So again, we were able to make up places in the early stage of this race. Let's take a look at it on replay. High speed overtake, crucial to get this move done before we hit the chicane in the middle of this lap. Very treacherous place to get past. Thankfully, we were able to do it as we get on to now lap 5. And so we're just coming up behind Valtteri Bottas. We got his teammate off the line, Guan Yu Zhou. Now we're pulling onto the rear wing of the other Alfa Romeo driver. If you remember, Bottas had a disastrous round 1, retiring from the race. So now he'll be pleased to be running on the fringes of the points. But I want to do something about that, and I feel like I've got more pace than the Finn heading into the middle of this race. We get a good run through the right-hander early on the gas, get the power down and start spending some of this battery power too, and you can see we're closing right in as we hit the DRS zone. Yes, Bottas will have DRS too, but we've got the momentum and the speed, and once again I'm able to get clean past before we hit the braking zone and get down into 5th gear through the chicane. But Bottas has had a very good run through those corners there. He's swarming all over my rear wing, wants to get the position back. He's going to be down my inside into the right-hander here. I give him room on the inside, but I'm able to hold the position around the corner there, and once again a good overtake here down the back straight, but we were able crucially to hold on to it through the next DRS zone. As you'll see, Bottas gets a better run through the exit of this corner. He's all over my rear wing, and actually it looks like he's got the high ground into the right-hander, but perhaps classic Valtteri Bottas, he just doesn't see the move through, and I was able to hold it on the outside. On to lap 6 then, and you can see up ahead Tsunoda and Norris fighting very hard into T1. That's going to slow both drivers down. It might give me a chance to get past Norris here into the right-hander, but actually he's just got enough speed to hold on. I couldn't get down his inside there, and so in the end he had the high ground in the corner. We're coming through then into the middle part of the lap, and you can see Bottas hasn't given up trying to fight back for this 12th position. So I've got a fight up ahead, and I've got to be careful behind too as we get a decent run again through the right hand, and again I'm going to get on the battery full power here and try and maximise the use of the DRS, and you can see we are so much quicker than the McLaren. We swing to the outside this time, so it's really important we get past before the chicane, and we do, and Norris tucks in back behind me there, and once more we're through the corner, but again Norris has got a better run through, and again he's going to be swarming over my rear wing, but he doesn't pull to the inside. He's going to be patient this time as we get through the right-hander, still ahead of the British driver. We get a decent run out of the corner there through the right-hander, now down into the final heavy braking zone of the lap, down into second gear, get the car rotated and try and get on the gas early. Oh, but we've nearly lost the car. Look at that, we get a huge snap of oversteer. That's going to give Norris and Bottas behind him a much better run out of the corner as we cross the start finish line. Look in the rear view mirror, we might be under pressure here from Bottas. He's side by side with Norris in the end. That saves me. They slow each other down and I'm able to hold on to the position, but that was super close to being a race ending mistake there, coming through the final corner, just losing the back end as we watch a replay of me taking Norris in the first place into the very fast chicane in the middle sector of the lap. Thankfully we were able to hold the car and hold the position as we're now on to lap 9 and we're about to hit the pit window for the soft tyre runners. We are beginning to struggle just a little bit with tyre life, and you can see I haven't been able to get back on the rear wing of Tsunoda, so I'm relieved when finally I'm able to pull into the pit lane here and get some new tyres on the car. Lots of other drivers doing exactly the same. As we pull in, we get a decent pit stop, just 2.5 seconds as we're out of the box, and we will come back out on track just behind Tsunoda, so we visibly closed in the gap there through a good pit stop. Now can I take advantage of that as we come out on cold tyres? Got to get some temperature into these medium tyres for the second half of the race. We've dropped all the way down the field to 20th position, but we will start gaining places back. That's Pierre Gasly into the pit lane the next lap around, and there are more medium tyre runners who are going to be coming in over the following laps. So we rejoin the live action on lap 11. Look at the TV tower there. You'll see Bottas and Norris in the pits, and Ocon will pass all of them as they're getting new tyres on the car. So we're back up into 12th position, and we fast forward onto lap 13 and we're up into the top 10 as up ahead Tsunoda and Stroll are fighting hard through the right-hander there, and it looks as if Stroll will just hold that position. We've now crept right back up onto the rear wing of Tsunoda here, and we are looking good for points with just 7 laps to go in this race. We've had a fantastic first half to the Grand Prix. We've made up lots and lots of positions, and it looks like in coming in on lap 9 we've been able to make the jump on a couple of drivers up the road, and that has given us a fantastic chance of getting the first points of the season. In fact, the first points ever in the bag for the Broca Formula 1 team. We're hard on the brakes again then, get the car down into second, pop quickly back up into third gear to then snake the car through the left hand and just trying to keep in contact with Tsunoda and Stroll up ahead as they're fighting for 8th and 9th position. We're through the right-hander again, get a quick exit, and we may have a chance here to nail Tsunoda as we've managed to pass a number of other drivers so far in this race. We've got huge momentum here. Get the DRS open. Once again, we're going to have to go to the outside, and again, it's very important we clear the car. We just able to do it. That was the closest so far. We nearly had to run the chicane side by side there, which would have been hugely dangerous, but you can see we've got an excellent run and we are closing straight away onto Lance Stroll, but he's able to get into the corner before we're able to get alongside, and we're now up onto lap 15 and we're still in hot pursuit of the Canadian as again we come onto this back straight and we're going to have massive momentum over the Aston Martin driver. Once more we're going to be up then into 8th position in this race, but a yellow flag is out. What's going on that's causing the caution? Thankfully we got past before we were in the yellow flag zone, and it looks like we've lost the driver, maybe from behind us, I don't know. We're going to hold the position from Lance Stroll as we come into the right-hander, and it's Yuki Tsunoda, so the driver we've been scrapping with through this race, the AlphaTauri driver out of the race. It looks like an engine failure as we see a puff of smoke there coming from the back of his car, and you'll see he comes very close to getting involved in a big accident here as drivers coming past him as he's slowing it off to the left-hand side of the track. On to lap 16 then, and I'm still holding off Lance Stroll, but I'll be honest, again the tyres feel like they're going away from me at this point of the race, and I've used up a lot of my battery. I don't have DRS, and you can see the green Aston Martin looming large in the rear view mirror. Another yellow flag out there, not sure what that's all about, but look behind me in the rear view, you can see Stroll is pulling to the inside. He's going to have the high ground into the corner, and I can't hold him off. He's taken the position back. We're down into 9th place in this race. This is going to be a battle, I think, that goes to the end of the Grand Prix, but on lap 17 we would make a place back because Max Verstappen, fighting in the top 5, would get a right rear puncture. Look at the tyre there, it's hanging off the carcass. He would have to get into the pit lane, and that was his race destroyed. Now unfortunately I lost the cockpit footage from the last couple of laps here, and as you can see we fell back from Stroll significantly and actually lost a position to Ocon on the final lap, and I am really hanging on to the car here as both Gasly and Albon are putting pressure on as well. There's only half a lap left to go in this race, but I'm hanging on for dear life and hopefully to get these couple of championship points. We're down now in 9th position with just a couple of corners left to go. Thankfully we were able to hold off Albon and Gasly behind and bring home the points for Broca, the first points in this new career save. And here's confirmation of the full classified results. Perez taking the win as his teammates suffered with that puncture. Leclerc and Hamilton rounding out the podium positions, but crucially for us, a P9 as Théo Pourchaire was struggling towards the back of the field once again. Here then are the driver standings and the constructor standings after this second round of the championship. Remember, our title sponsors' goals for the season are to get P8 in the constructors, so really important to have got points on the board this early. The next round of the championship takes us to Imola. If you don't want to miss it, the best way to guarantee it is to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one.